still can't do a review on
No
this
way.
restaurant, but let's talk about it at least on Heyman as we start things off here with Ghost on the attack. This is a good advantage for NRG to start because this has been a map where Ghost has been so good on, and now they have a chance to actually play more reactively, and it's a decoy coming out from long A, and a Proto who gets flashed by that. That's Som playing towards this long A side, and he also has the gate crash available if he needs to. Actually, it's currently off. There's a Haunt coming out as well, as Ghosts are trying to fight back towards the long A side.
There's a neat little play to get that across. We see the rotation back from the defense to C. And now everything cuts audio, reset. You see him prepping, throws over the wall here, coming from the side of John Cutie, rather, and they get into the site. Brock with one, Qualo another, man's.
All right, well, this is going to be Ghost overwhelming and fighting into the A site as Brock indeed goes for another headshot, leaving Ethan and Hayes, the last two players, going on this rotate as Ghost gets to spike down. One towards the heaven side and the other one towards the spawn. And that is going to be Ethan waiting for this Haunt to come back so he could actually set it up. The paranoia from spawn side, the Haunt into the site. But we stay at least in close corridors in under a hell on this double setup from Ghost.
Nicely played, having so many flashes.
Gained by Ghost, we're going to move very quickly into the C site. You see the combination, the retaliation from Hayes with the counter flash as well. But it's still going to be NRG lighting up the scoreboard this time, leaving Nismo on his own, or should I say Proto. It's that C site for Som, but Ethan's playing the close corridor, so he's going to need some help. He's going to need some flashes. He's going to be needing to get some trades out on the defender side. The Quality gets the kill through the smoke, the second one onto Som.
Vandal spams. We've been seeing more Vandals come out of those smokes with the win. And there's another one. Already this round getting spicy here is that bonus did not go in the favor of Ghost, and they wanted to get right in the face of NRG to start off. They've traded 2 for 1 so far as NRG looks to lick their wounds here and set up a bit of a 3-man defense on Sewers.
Attacker side, ult here coming out from Ghost.
Oh, that
double peek coming in from Sewers. It's spotted by a Proto, gets denied, but that's 2 players spotted, at least on the attacker side, getting ready for this one, and they're starting to walk back. And look even at this minimap, Rivington. We actually have a rotate back from Hayes, too, just in case, so they're reading this perfectly from NRG's side.
Yeah, he already was starting to trail over, doing a great job of feeling that tempo of Ghost right now, and they have gone kind of from site to site. They've been touch and go on a few plays already, so it's good for NRG to read that consistency. And again, same trademarks we're seeing here, so they have time to play the map, and that's exactly what we're getting here. 15 seconds to get that spike down on C.
Paranoia misses the flash.
10 seconds
now
left.
Hayes is playing the back of the site. Easy kill onto Brock, trying to get the spray.
So
and the
sneaky.
kill onto John Cutie. There's no time left on the clock.
That's it.
Somehow, John Cutie decides to go for the swing and the trade instead of the plan.
And how much are you going to peek us? We've gone down 2 rounds. They want these sheriffs to go to work this round. It looks like it might be through B. Tempted there, but slowed down.
As well. EU, though, does get the first blood. We're trying to get a creep inside that smoke, but Ethan was ready for that. So this is going to make the plant a little more difficult here for Ghost to get into the site and try to get a plant in this B site. To decide to pull back and cut noise just for a bit. Re-execute to the site, knowing that if they go into garage, most likely there's going to be a trap there. So Brock trying to just creep in slowly with help from John Cutie, at least trying to go for the double swing trade, but there's just so many members of NRG inside this B site. Okay, Proto. From EU as well. But we talked about the ultimates at the beginning of the round. There's a lot that could suppress the push into the A site. A big battle coming in, the gun sticking out from the Dolphus of Tex.
Oh my gosh.
And Proto's just going to be ready for that one. Should be
Not
the
like
easy kill.
this.
People should be rotating back from Ghost or start to re-hit after cutting noise. This is why utility is also coming out from NRG. At least a Prowler from the long A side. The off shot coming out against Hayes. The swing out as John Cutie greets him with the bullet between the eyes. And now EU answers back from long side there, but you already saw Ghost booking it back towards the C site.
And again, Ghost, touch and go, they play that, and really reading the awareness well of how much defense NRG put to stopping what was happening at A, right? So they immediately say, well, we haven't covered mid as usual, pull back a Proto. Just seeing the edge of the tour de force there, able to come up with that ability as Nismo is the first step into that garage. There's Nightfall. No pressure just yet as they see how NRG is going to react to this.
They're already setting up here from the ceiling side just to battle into the C main. So John Cutie's playing just under that window side. There's a front line Elise coming out, a Nightmare coming out, Elise from NRG, as Showstopper is going to try to counteract. Lots of flashes coming in as Som is coming out of another dimension, but still stopped by Nismo. Still after
Oh
this
my God.
close plant. The retake's coming back here from NRG, and it's up towards this garage ramp. As the smoke comes towards the front side. This is looking really good here for NRG to try to retake the site, because this smoke is going to be a lot. You're going to have to try to spray it across a huge flash, but a trade comes out from Kuala-Nu. That defuse is about to come in, and on a 3 versus 1, NRG.
Outline or a flash just over his shoulder. And still a proto, though, on this lurk. He's come up big on it before, and they're getting a bit of temptation over here at A.
Som was holding the angle, but the battle didn't come out here. The Proto was able to push him back, so the rest of Ghost are pushing inside this A side. Hayes is up towards the heaven side. Where's that smoke? It couldn't come out because the Proto was so busy trying to fight out Som. They lose a player in the process, but at least they get a plant.
Great call there. There was a distraction forward, the smoker on the side of Ghost. Pay for it. Hayes goes down, though. They get the retribution, and Nismo cleans it up. Does he repair the mistake?
What a
And it
combo.
seems like it's so far 2 to the top side. They're going to have to drop into the site. And it's going to be a tough one here for NRG to execute on the post plant. EU, though. Frisbee's a blast pack up.
Once again, you have a stack, more numbers towards the C site. Utility to start things off. Fault line coming in on that decoy. The flash comes out, but that's going to be it. Just for a bit, it's just going to be Yoru in the back of the site. Som's getting pushed forward. Going for that flash around the corner, but here comes Cavalry towards that C garage side, and it's going to be a Proto and Nismo making it a 3 versus 1. Only the operator left here for NRG. As the off angle is out there, the elbows.
Pushed up. Some calls for a controller at A. He smokes all the way over, and he may have to get a move on this one. No ultimate for him. So he throws out another smoke and still waits for the full execution call from his team. NRG's ready for an A play, though.
Ethan goes to work there for 2 kills from Hell. And here comes the showstopper on the attack that answers back onto Som, but Ethan is still in the back at Hell side. The double swing Nismo once again. 3rd kill on the board as Hayes is going for that flank. Against who? Nobody yet. Up towards the sewer side as the spike gets picked up. Swing comes out, and somehow with the fake plant.
For a round on the Vandal.
With a full pop at the C side, 4 players move up towards long and your Proto watching the flank, and we still see that same fault line to allow that space to be taken, but this is just easily given away by NRG because they could have worked with the Rolling Thunder.
Yes, exactly. More of a retake style. Once again, that utility is in place, so they all set up. A method to the madness. Again, the Nightfall, the Rolling Thunder. Will it be the Rolling Blunder? Is NRG trying to enter the site here, Vans? What can they produce?
Hayes at least produces 1 kill on the retake as Nismo gets caught by the Nightfall, swings out for the fight, another towards Garage. The game sense out of this guy, but no kills, unfortunately. Last 2 players of Brock and John Cutie down towards the long seaside, and we know how Brock is in these situations where they're at a disadvantage. The first headshot onto Ethan. He goes for the fault line long range. The Rolling Thunder on top of that. It's halfway the fuse. That hits
Smoke
2
is
players
perfect.
and forces them back, and that clock is still ticking down. What a shot there onto Som. A 2 versus 1 as John Cutie gets the kill. Hayes gets the second one. He's trying to come in with the defuse on a 4K. Will he get it? Not enough. Thankfully, the Sixth Sense comes out here for Som. He stays behind default. He gets dinked through the boxes too. Gets gravity weld, the aftershock. He's trying to hide anywhere that he can, and he decides to go for the smoke. Here comes the Nightfall now for the fade side on the attack. Som comes out. And it's still going to be some couple of trades in. 10 seconds left on that clock. John June and Kuala-Nu just left. I want to know what NRG has prepared.
Ghost have seemed to refine this composition here. That attack side was fantastic. We'll see how they defend, and you're right, we'll see how NRG now uses this fade, this Yoru, all the util they have to go forward, and it is instant B plant here, and it's not the jet, it's not the dash out. They're making sure they just gate crash to safety.
I like that. Officers coming in too. No pressure coming out from Ghost. They were working the extremities, and they still are with 3 players in that choke. It's waited and watched by EU. Alertness trying to come out from the garage side, greeted by your Proto. That brings up another fight that a Proto wins as well towards the garage. Here comes a Prowler out from Ghost. That forces out once again the attackers back into the spawn side, back out of position. Hayes still continuing to go to work in a 3 versus 2, and the defuse is definitely coming in. Hayes is trying to do as much as he can, but that defuse is going to happen for Ghost. Raj, a little bit more of a passive play into B. On the other end, though, for NRG, they're just going to swarm in and get this plant.
Replay there, a little bit less on the util use, too. They kind of get in dry, so they have more for the retake, and I like the BA take. They garrison one side of it with the Hayes hold. And again, Ghost patience. They retake, waiting for somebody on the other side of the map to be able to affect the team as well. The opposing team, sorry. Windows
in a
heard.
big spot. The rest of them are
Hayes.
just going to play inside the site. It's really on the player's inside window to try to pinch back towards the grass. But after that, that's going to be so much information for Hayes. Big paranoia comes out, though. EU gets a kill with the aftershock, and Hayes still wins 2 fights inside grass.
That's enough disruption in some cases, and it looks like they are going to be hitting the A site fans.
As a fake, because the rest of them are towards that grass side, and then go for a fake as well. You saw that fault line, the fake TP. Everybody's switching back towards the C side, but there's still 2 players of Ghost waiting in here, including a Proto inside his smoke. The swing towards the right, a beautiful aftershock, allowing a Proto to get that triple kill. And that spike down with 10 seconds left on the clock. You heard the showstopper coming out of the hands of Nismo. That's just going to be the call here for the last 2 players of NRG to save their weapons for the next.
Able to hold, not really feeling distracted by the utility that they're facing in that situation. You're right, yeah. It's ridiculous the way they're calming this utility to really pick apart NRG, especially on that one. And just hiding. We haven't really seen this play from Koala Noob. He's been pushing. What is he doing up there? Yeah. This time playing a very defensive round, and it traps NRG for 2.
But fault line, counter prowler from the attacker side. A C's on the ground with another flash, but Ethan's still going to stay alive for a bit. Big rolling thunder comes out, though, as EU gets that frag. That allows him to push forward. He still has a flash to work with, make that even 2, but that just allows to create space for the rotation from Ethan towards that C site. But here's a Proto, the one that's anchoring all the time. Now he's going to hear this spike pine coming inside C.
30 seconds left.
So good. What a great call for a Proto. He's always been here. Always seems to have a bit of the timing that might catch you in the transition or have just enough to give your team the reliable kill. Not this time, though. EU, no, it gets it to Brock for the trade.
So important for the last 2 players to play aggressively inside the spawn side, but there's another fault line coming out of Brock.
C's up.
C's onto the ground here, or at least a haunt about to come out as well for Ethan. This could be everything for him right now as the spike's not planted for him. The tap. ADS. First headshot there onto John Cutie, looking for the Red Bull clutch.
Fault line continuously coming through, trying to disrupt things to start off.
Olanu just avoided all that utility to be able to get that first and second kill with the operator. At least the ult from this agent. Dropping that spike, continue to move forward, and he's just going to hold W. He's feeling that confidence. A flash to Prowler, the spray. He's trying to get that shot onto Ethan, but it doesn't work out. No trade-off from John Cutie, though, as Texas trying to go to lurk towards the mid side. Waited and greeted by Brock. Last 2 players are Ethan and EU, and Ethan is hurting badly into this round.
Seems like they're trying to rotate Brock around so he can answer anything that NRG has here, but they should, again, have this kind of creep. No. Oh, John Cutie's waiting there. He's going to be able to call this one. And just one, Ethan stays alive. He does not get grazed. Instant nightfall.
Even an easy kill onto EU. Now Ethan's at 1 HP as he gets decayed by that hit. An easy swing for John Cutie, and Ghost are at match point.
Match point.
Feeling like they might happen and then re-hitting. Kind of with a second wave. Here, NRG look to keep themselves in this. Get out. And that's going to be an easy ultimate from Yoru to stay safe. Sam's still in there.
Dimensional drift to get information. Trying to use so much utility into the site. It allows for himself to get a kill. And 4, actually, NRG to get into the site. As they hear the TP back towards the mid side, they know this lurk should be coming soon. Rolling thunder on the defense. Nightfall coming out from the attack. It's the upside down world, but it's still going to be a nightmare for NRG to try to hold that site. The last person to go is Sam at 8 HP, and they're just going to go for that defuse. They swing out. He's flash. He's trying to counter flash of his own. Brock gets the kill, and that's a convince.
For not, though, Sam on the Omen, as the desk was saying, Hayes on that Viper as they have double controller, and we'll get an orb grab by Brock before the drone in. Double util to scope out the site, and that's what Ghost Comp is about as they take A here. Info grabbing everywhere.
What a good idea by Ghost to have
NRG.
the Koala Noob and John Cutie on the attack so that one could TP away and one could dash away, but a nice counter from NRG to get the Aldrone and the Flash to just come in and fight back and get the plant down. Ghost looking to go back on this retake. We had the fragment coming in from the doors. Sam is just eating these and then eats a bullet.
That's going to hurt for sure. They're pressuring in, though, Vance.
2 towards break. The snake bite on the ground, the swinging on the other end, and it's going to be the snake bite getting the kill onto EU. The lineup being set up. It's at least a halfway. One's going to eat it. Nismo gets the kill, and they will get, should get enough time to go for the defuse after here for Ghost, and that is another pistol round for GG.
Versus this on this bonus round. Oh, again, Koala Noob. What?
Great spot too for this kill. This time with the Vandal. Looking back on the left side. Headshot to Sam as well. Looking for the hat trick. Dashes away as EU is down to half health.
Was that over 300 damage already? That's ridiculous. In under 20 seconds.
And wasting out utility and dropping the spike, getting all that information. That was a great solo play by Koala Noob.
Absolute domination in mid. Gives more pressure for Nismo to step up. He says, here, come to the party. The water is fine. As they get the pressure of Proto here. Always lurking at the right time. Does he have enough HP to finalize the final kill on EU, who's now left stranded here in Elbow? What a round. The bonus as well. An aggressive round from Ghost. They haven't let up.
Yeah. Bit of a juggled re-hit once this toxic screen comes down from your Proto. And here it comes. A KO knife, though, is actually going to disable so much utility as NRG are still trying to push inside. There comes a wall on the attack as the Viper was not affected by that 0 point. And Nismo goes for the flash, allowing him and a Proto to push forward. And these guys are just going to work.
How do you tilt to go behind them, right? Tex doesn't have a trademark there, so they have to keep checking their back. They have to be ready for something!
God, what a flash by Nismo. 3 kills, looking for the 4th, and he's going to get it. Hayes tries to answer back and already at 19 HP. What a double play, but a single heroic play by Nismo, as they did get support from Koala Noob, and that spike is down, and that's all they wrote. NRG, there's no way that Hayes should be winning this one, and indeed he's not.
So then NRG feels like, well, are we being pressured around the map? Let's get a little more forward position without waiting for EU's dart again, the things they need again on this buy of light armor. Util's in hand, so they're trying to get these wins in, and maybe they can squeak out a few. 7-5s, it still could happen this round, but Ghost does not look like they are going to let anything like that happen.
I like this, though. This is a Viper wall from Hayes going in towards the A-halls, thinking that they're going to go for that hit again, but instead they go for mid control and try to go for a mid to B split. But the thing is, John Cuty's in the back of the B site. They have a Viper's pit on a defense on the entrance of the B site as well. Very difficult for the attackers to take. Now you hear the Hunter's Fury coming out as well on the attacker side. And Proto gets pinged out of that one. He survives, but then dies inside the pit. Meanwhile, though, Nismo still gets 2 kills of his own. Or player advantage going out for Ghost Gaming. We have a Viper's pit on the attacker side for Hayes to look to at least get a plant down. We have EU still playing on the outside of the B site. A big 1-for-1 to happen, but that recon dart gives everything, all that information for Nismo to get that last kill. So it's up to Hayes for a 3rd time in a row to try to win a clutch situation as he leans back out towards that Berlin wall, spots that headshot onto Brock. There's still one in the back of the tower as Koala Noob is going to try to fight it. Inching in, all these 1 versus 1. He brings the wall down, and
And now that's something Ghost has to think about, right? They're putting a little pressure from Nismo there. And they have some smokes to work on the other site. They find Cutie pushed up. NRG's smart to think that Ghost is going to be pushed up all the time. When haven't they? Great first kill on the save on this eco.
Timing doesn't really work out there for John Cutie, and again, we're just trying to figure out where are the best positioning that we could play for
30
Ghost.
seconds left.
Anchoring more towards the mid side and B, solo play on the attacker side, only an operator. That's Koala Noob. Here comes the hit from NRG right into Koala Noob's hands, but that toxic screen is going to block so much. More jump ups, and Tex gets another one in. So a first hero buy that comes in from Ethan turns into a 5 versus 2 on a pulse plant for NRG.
All right, double flash. Poison orb ready. They don't have a huge arsenal to get back into this one. The pressure comes in. Ethan, they're creating their own pressure. That is NRG as they push out here and search for a few kills, wanting to gun Ghost down. Hayes 8-1 here in round 10. Ghost very close to closing out this first half.
Very passive play. Responsibility from Rock to watch 2 angles, which is going to be towards Ness and A-halls to support Nismo, but the hit from NRG is coming in towards the B site. Som gets the opener, but we still have John Cutie. The shot misses as we had Hayes jumping right out of that one. They're going to try to get this plant down. There's shock dart into the combination. Tex gets the shot with the operator for the attack, making it a little bit easier for NRG to win this pulse plant. But John Cutie has something else to say. He's moving in forward, trying to clear it out with the Owl drone is going to be the support from Brock. Pushing away another opponent from NRG outside the B site. But we still have one inside that deep cubby, and that is also going to be EU. But another player falls. John Cutie
I've
and
got your
Quolanu
trail.
looking for a double-up retake, and respect coming out from NRG to get the Seeker's information on the last two. Gets that shot onto Ethan, but you know that it playing towards the B site with support from John Cutie. Tech still looking for this kill.
Do anything
Nice
here on this
little swing for that
rotation.
frag. Into the back of the site,
30
we hear the
seconds
Hunter's
left.
Fury. The attack's coming in on the A side, at least for a fake.
Opens door.
That's Brock with that Hunter's Fury there. Indeed, the door gets open, but everybody from NRG are still booking it towards this B site. So John Cutie does land a spike carrier with 16 seconds left on the clock. Could run that clock down. Another one spotted towards that top. He does get the wall bang onto Ethan, but Tex is there to save him. But Quolanu lands it onto Som. That's that lurker towards that mid side down. There's 6 seconds left on the clock, 5 seconds left on the clock. They're so far away from the spike, they can't get it down.
No! Oh my gosh, fans!
His life. 4 players now for Ghost playing inside this B site, leaving now a Proto on his own to anchor there, and that's where NRG's rotating to.
You know, Vans, when we talked about it, when Som was on Jet, and I said it kind of demanded more attention. He would call for people to have 2 or 3 against him. Look at what Koala Noob is doing. You have to assume that NRG is always considering he's pushing somewhere. You're going to need help if you fight him. And he is relentless right now. Definitely in their heads to start things off. Goes down that time as Som is prepped ready, but traded from Nismo.
And he gets popped off here by Tex as he pulls out the null command. This might give some time for the rotate and the res to come out, but he's out in the open. This is why Tex is propped up here. Should try to get this easy frag. Well, not easy frag, but at least a shot onto Brock. Even smarter to close the door and get the res out.
Yeah.
That also enables one flash to come out of Nismo and a recon dart available for Brock. There's that recon in. A flash to come out most likely very soon as Ethan's holding back towards the orange side. 0 point to even spot one towards that spike. A swing out from Ethan. That flash never came out. So Nismo's going to be on his own. Individual play. There's that first frag, but the easy trade for...
They're looking for, right? Someone to push. They don't have a Koala Noob. And not in a sense of a Koala Noob, they don't have a chat. They don't have a raise. Things that are going to go forward. It's like that from the back line. Tex with a beautiful headhunter to start things off. And Koala Noob goes down as well. Classicked out. There's a bit of the push. Som, like you said, can get behind enemy lines. And he teleports into a beautiful... What is that? They are just dropping the map left and right. A Proto says, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Let me try to do something at least here. Toxic screen up for a Proto, 74 HP. Tex winning with the hitting anything is actually leaving a gap now towards the defender side. So now we actually have 3 players be able to make it through the tunnels for Ghost. And then Proto gets an entry onto Som as well. So they overpower the site for Ghost. They come in for the plant. The shock darts are coming down, but the snake bites also misses. And now EU has forward position, is trying to hold it down to allow Hayes to rotate back from the spawn side as well. But we have 3 players holding inside for Ghost on the post plant and 1 watching that flank on B main. Potentially to see if they could cut off rotations here, but NRG are waiting for this wall to come down.
I'm so glad they showed that. I'm so glad. We got to talk about that wall in just a minute, Vans. Here comes the action.
Only 1 more to go. And
it is. Trying to avoid that a few times would be in their benefit, but it looks like they may head straight towards it. Dash through. Quolanu trying to create the distraction as now NRG sets up that defense, Vans.
Recon dart spotted a lot as well, so Hayes gets that first frag onto Quolanu, and they're just spamming with the marshals. Off angle from Hayes. Nismo's trying to keep things alive with this Guardian here, also with Brock. And that is going to be the off that came out, the last one to get the kill, and that gamble paid off here for NRG.
Okay. Okay. Going for the punch backgrounds now. NRG nicely setting up over at A, calling the strat that Ghost would have. We don't see many of those where Ghost kind of forces their way through the utility. We've seen Ghost approach NRG's util, especially on Haven and Sewers, and back up, right? They absorb it, they wait for it to go away, and then they'll re-hit. NRG really responded well to Ghost kind of going full bore on that one, right through the util. So another round, NRG feeling the momentum, the operator in the hands of Tex. And right off the rip again, Quolanu through doors.
Null command on top of that too. A tag onto Hayes, forced to fall back towards Orange. Quolanu on the top of the staircase. Double swing, a trap coming away, but it's still going to be John Q and Nismo as the support cast in for the kills, opening the A site, and a plant coming in for Ghost.
He's just playing the look at me strategy. Look at me, look at me. Dashes away. The distraction caused allows Ghost to take the site. They're right behind each other on everything. That doesn't just work people have to be in position and right behind Koala Noob. The Jet moving forward. Som looks to drop Koala Noob right to the floor with the operator as they attempt to retake 4v3.
Not going to work out here, at least for that flank on Kane, but Ethan and Som are getting some work done inside the A site, but with Ethan now falling right after, it's just going to be Som saving his op into the next round, so at least they managed to salvage that, but
yeah,
that definitely look at
tomorrow's Memorial Day. We're lunch in Montreal, everyone. All right, let's see. Ghost looking, they are hungry again, ready to eat at B, and they're going to enter right through the archway. Will mid be that way with a toxic Viper's Pit on the ground?
That was a nerdy recon dart, too, to spot Som and forcing him back towards the back of the site. But you talked about it, the utility to counter back from NRG, not allowing this split to happen, but the first blood still comes in on the top of Ness. Hayes comes out for the trade indeed, and the last 4 players of Ghost are just going to look to plow into the main entrance of the B site, with potentially the wall coming back up here from a Proto. But we still have one player playing inside that site. It was that beginning of the round. It's Som here at the wall, just waiting for it to happen as Ghost are cutting noise.
A little bit of util thrown in again, trying to find and deduce where they may have to look for that first angle. They've broken mid-site and to the back of site here. Now it's all about NRG's retake.
Right now, Planet ward position on the attack from John Cutie. Battle in the back of the site as Som does get that frag onto Nismo. John Cutie, though, is thinning out the rotation as he's still playing towards that wall, allowing the rest of his teammates to just focus towards the back of the site. And yeah, it's just Brock with the trip kill. And that's going to be map and series point for Ghost.
He's just feeling it, sensing it. He's like, oh, there's one on some of the low buys of Bulldogs. You see the tour de force coming out, right out of the air.
What a shot by Tex. Coming out here with the ultimate, but also gets traded up by a drive-by by Nismo of all things. Now we're pushing inside that site. It's still going to be Ghost overtaking this B site. And the retake attempt. A big flank coming in as well from Hayes. But they have to keep players busy on this pulse plant for energy to get anything out of this pulse plant.
Proto, hit down. This is going to be a tough one. 4v4. And this, from around the outside, Hayes could have a fight if he gets into that Viper's Pit.
It trades off back and forth, a 2v2, but the Viper's Pit's still up. One more to go. We talked about that flanker. Viper sticks out, and it's Hayes trying to clutch it once again. Maybe 4th time's a charm as he looks back here on this 1v1. Tap on the spike, the swing from Nismo as he goes into the snake bite to allow Ghost to get this round. It's GG for Ghost Gaming as they move up into the groups.
Fantastic.